What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another reverse 1999 video. All right, guys, we're going to do something a little different today. I've been noticing a lot of chatter, comments, content, etc. about a certain topic that I want to discuss. And I think it's a really important topic because this is now becoming the mentality of our current generation of gamers. And I kind of am on board with it, and at the same time, I'm a little hesitant about it as well, too. Okay, so what I'm talking about here is the topic of have I ruined my account? Okay, I see this often, right? I see this I see content creators doing this. So shout out to my content creators out there, fellow content creators who do this. I've seen it from a lot of players. I've seen it from websites, discords, you name it, right? It's everywhere. Like, have I ruined my account? Here's what I want to discuss. First thing, it's a PvE game. Okay, so this, just like Final Fantasy Ever Crisis, I feel like there is no competition between you and anybody else but yourself. Okay, and I think that's important that people need to remember that. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is two reasons. Number one is some people get overly frustrated that they may have, for example, I3'd a unit that they didn't want to I3, and now because everybody says that's not the meta, they cancel their account and start something brand new and forget to have fun with the game because their main focus is like, how can I do the meta? Remember, the meta is fleeting, guys. The meta constantly changes. The meta is something that's not sustainable, right? And that brings me to part two of the problem, where people feel like it's necessary to spend money in order to keep it up. This game specifically, okay, does such an amazing job in giving a role to every unit that I have never seen in any other gacha game. And I'm being serious when I say this. I play Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, which is another complete PvE game. But there are metas there, and there's a different element that you use in every fight because there's an advantage with that element. In this game, yes, there are metas, but it doesn't mean it's the only thing that you can run in order to beat content. And I think this is something that's important for people to remember. Thinking outside the box and actually just having fun is always more important, guys, than looking at a tier list or at a content creator's, video like myself or anybody else. I'm part of this conversation as well, or comment sections or web pages or Reddits or Discords, and following a cookie cutter standard meta. Remember, gaming is fun. It's the whole point. In a PvE game where a developer allows you to compete with yourself and the AI, it's up to you at the limits you want to push. Okay? So Limbo, for example, gets reset every 2 weeks with a brand new synergy that you can use for buffs, right? Right now it's like I think it's the ultimates give 15% more damage. If it's an AoE ultimate, does an extra 15. Yes, Limbo resets. Yes, you should push Limbo to get as many as rewards as you can, but it's not like it's going anywhere, right? So let's just say you I3 a unit that most people don't agree you should have I3'd. It's not the end of the world. It's really not. It shouldn't push you to look down at your account or look down on yourself for making a quote unquote. I'm going to quote unquote it because I think it's the wrong word to say. Quote unquote a mistake, which it really isn't, guys. And start a brand new account. I've seen this. I've seen many people just be like, oh, I made a mistake. I'm going to restart. I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to re-roll for hours. And it's not because they want to do it. It's just they feel pressured. The pressure to make a better account. And that's, and again, I'm doing this because I have a very big community of people that watch me. And as a part-time content creator, as someone who does this on the side, it always breaks my heart a little bit to see gamers fall into the traps of treating a game like a job, right? Just remember, there is no wrong in this. There is a meta, sure. Does a meta need to be followed? No, absolutely not. You can have as much fun with the game as you want, guys, especially when the developers don't put PvP in there. See, what a lot of developers do in mobile gaming is they create whale traps, right? That's what I call them. I call them whale traps. They create a PvP environment where they give you X amount of rewards and put you on a pedestal, literally, quite literally, put you on a pedestal and say, hey, you're number one. Everybody else, if you want to be number one, either get better at the game or spend X amount of dollars. In this game, that doesn't exist. So I quite literally mean it's you versus AI or you versus you. And a lot of the times, the you versus you is what gets people into this trap. of either quitting their accounts, quitting the game, or re-rolling over again, or spending money. So I just want to say this because I know a lot of people have turned to me and been like, Payne, shit, man, I screwed up my account. Or some people have been like, hey, I've been doing your challenge account, and I can't get the same results you're getting, so I'm discouraged by it. So I want to start over, even though they've got like, 6 or 7 of these characters kicking around that they could just build over time and just boom, like right through the game, no problem. So for those who are stuck with this mentality of I've ruined my account because I did 1 mistake or 2 mistakes, again, quote unquote mistakes, right? I don't think they're mistakes. Stop looking at them that way. You will eventually be able to use those characters in different formats, in different fashions, right? When I started this account, I honestly was even doubtful myself. I'm like, everybody was in my head being like, bro, you're never going to get through Limbo. You're never going to get past Limbo 3. I'll be surprised if you get past Artificial. That was what people were saying. Not because they've done it themselves or they've even tried it, but it's because what other people were telling them was going to happen. Right? So stop telling other people what's going to happen to your account. Stop letting other people influence your account. Just have fun, guys. I really think this game does an exceptional job. And I've never seen another gacha quite like this, where they don't make 3 and 4 stars food, where they don't make them fodder, where they don't make them useless, where they don't make them stepping stones for 5 and 6 stars, and they just sit idly by and you collect them and you're like, oh, there is another piece of food. I feed another unit to get them up. This game does such a fantastic job in utilizing every character in different ways, as long as you allow yourself to do so. Okay? Don't forget, it's just a game. For those that want to reroll because you have a summoning addiction or because you have that itch, that's a whole different story. Do your thing. Like, you can run 30 accounts here and have fun with it. But for those who are just putting themselves down and also feeling maybe they're being forced to spend a little bit, remember, guys, it's fun. It's a PvE game. You are literally, and I keep repeating this, competing with yourself. Don't allow other people to ruin your fun, and don't allow other people to tell you you've made a mistake when you clearly have not. If you made a decision to I3 a unit, I'm going to tell you this now. You've probably looked at that unit numerous times. You've had to farm a crap load of I3 items, right? And then eventually you'd have to click and accept getting that unit to I3. If you went through that thought process in your head, I'm sure you're not a silly individual who would have been like, I did this randomly. I'm sure you thought it through. Different scenarios you can use this unit in, different teams you can apply them to, whether it's now or future. Remember, there are more patches coming with more units. So getting somebody to I3 when somebody tells you should have done another one instead doesn't mean start your account over again. It means, hey, you know what? I had a plan. I'm going to stick to this plan, and this plan is going to work when this happens, okay? It's PvE, guys. Just enjoy it. I love this game. I love my community. I just want you guys to feel happy about your decisions. I don't want you guys to regret what you do. A game is meant to be fun. Have fun with it. Don't forget that, all right? Reverse 1999 does an amazing job of allowing us to do that without having to feel buyer's remorse or having to feel like, oh my God, I have a limited time before this content ends. I need to do this now. Everything will remain where it is, even if you feel like you made a mistake. You can always rewrite that mistake on your current account and redo it and feel happy about it after the fact. Limbo's not going anywhere. Artificial's not going anywhere. UTTU might have seasonal situations, but it's always going to come back. Hard mode, story mode, etc. Not going anywhere, right? These events will come and go, obviously, but you'll be ready with 3 and 4 stars to finish it if that's what you did. Or if you had an I3 that you didn't intend, I'm pretty sure they can also complete it, no problem. So guys, just have fun. Just have fun. I just want to say that as a content creator, to my viewers, to my community, I love you guys. I just don't want you guys to look down upon your decisions. You guys are making the right decisions for yourselves. Do what's best for you and your fun, and that's all that should matter more than anything else. All right, guys, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.